قيصر المايسترو الأسطورة أم لوثر فقط؟
Just Lothar, please.
لوثر يبدو أنه أكثر لقب يليق فيك هو لقب القيصر. لست أنا من يقول ذلك، الصحفيين الألمان والعالميين اللي يقولون أن مسارك الرياضي سواء مع البايرن أو مع المنتخب يشبه مسار القيصر فرانس بيكنباور. لو سألتك هل أنت مقتنع بأن هناك في تشابه كبير بينك وبين القيصر، شو تقول في هالموضوع؟
You know, Kaiser is only one in the country, and we have Kaiser Franz, and he is really like a father for me, like a second father. And we have a good friendship with each other, not only because we won the World Cup 1990 together. He like a coach, I was his captain. We have the same mentality. We was doing everything for the sport, and still today, he's crazy to help the football, like me. I'm in the football business the last 45 years, and sure, we had good results with a club team like Bayern Munich. I was playing for Inter Milan in Italy, and I was giving always my best, like France. And we have a relationship, and this relationship with France is for me more important than each title what I won in the football, because he's a great person, and I like him, I love him, and he helped me a lot.
العلاقة هذه بينك وبين فرانس تكونت من كأس العالم 90 ولا من قبل؟
We met each other the first time in the 80s, beginning of the 80s, because he is living in a skiing area in Austria, and I like skiing in the winter. And then I was going to this area, I was living in a hotel, but in the evening we met. Okay, I know Franz, he know me, and we were sitting together like best friends in the first moment. And this story, it's you cannot write it in Hollywood or in Bollywood. This is a story between me and him. To find each other, to make business together, to have a big friendship, and this the last 40 years. And this makes me so happy in the bottom of my heart.
وما زال التواصل كبير بينك وبينه.
Yes, sure. Every week we have a telephone call. He is living in Salzburg. It's the second biggest city in Austria. I am living in Munich. It's only 1.5 hours by car, around 150 kilometers, and we have a very, very close relationship. Every week on the telephone, and when it's possible for me, I visit him 1 time per month.
ممتاز. لقبت بالقيصر لوثر لأنك فزت بألقاب كثيرة سواء مع البايرن، توجت مع منتخب ألمانيا بطل للعالم، وأكثر من ذلك لعبت قلب دفاع، لعبت وسط ميدان، وهذا تقريبا يعني نفس الملامح اللي طبعت مسار فرانس بيكنباور، ومبين التأثير الكبير اللي تأثرت فيه لوثر من فرانس بيكنباور.
No, this was coming from alone, and sure, Franz and me, we was playing always in the middle, never on the right side, never on the left side. We was never playing like a goalkeeper. We was never playing like number 9, like Lewandowski. We was playing in the midfield. Franz start his career in the midfield like a number 6. I start the same, my career on number 6. On the end, I played the same position like Franz generally in all his career on the end, number 5, like a sweeper. And yes, this was I didn't follow him. I didn't like to follow his career. I didn't like to follow what he was doing before. But this comes from alone. And yes, we have something similar. Not only on the field, the same outside from the field. In the private life, we finished our career in America, in New York. He was playing for Cosmos New York. I was playing for the New York Metro Stars in my last season, and we have so many things similar.
نرحب فيك دائما في الإمارات. كيف شفت أنا عارف أن دائما تزور الإمارات، كيف وجدت الإمارات والوسط هنا في دبي وفي الإمارات؟
I come the first time to Emirate 23 years ago. It was the opening of Burj Al Arab, and I had an invitation, and I come here, and I like it from the beginning. The city, the country was completely different than now, 23 years later. But I am in love with this country. I like the peoples. I like the mentality. I like the friendship. I like the help from the people. They really give me a good support when I come like a guest. I come like a guest and I go like a friend. And this has happened the last 23 years. I come 4 or 5 times per year to your beautiful country. And I'm always enjoying here the time. I feel safe. I feel comfortable. I bring my family with me. I have now the same, my 8-year-old son with me. My wife is with me. And we really feel like at home.
خلنا نبدأ معك الحديث الذكريات ونعود إلى سنوات ماضية. لوثر ولدت في مدينة إيرلانغن البافارية، مدينة بزغ فيها نجوم وعلماء ومفكرين مثقفين فنانين رياضيين. شو تتذكر عن طفولتك وش اللي جذبك في كرة القدم وأنت في سن صغيرة؟
Yes, I born in Erlangen, but I go up in a village close to Erlangen. It's around 10 kilometers away, and the name is Herzogenaurach. Herzogenaurach is the city of Puma and Adidas. And everybody who is living in Herzogenaurach was working for one of these 2 companies. My father was working 42 years for Puma. My mother was working 35 years for Puma. My older brother was working more than 40 years for Puma. And when I was a child, I had to spend the summer holidays to work for Puma during in this break, 4 or 5 weeks. I make pocket money. And for this, I was very close with Puma. And Puma is still today my sponsor. I'm ambassador for Puma now 43 years. This means I go up with the football shoes and footballs from Puma. What I can do in the 60s and in the 70s, beginning of the 70s. We didn't have a basket. We didn't have a tennis court. We didn't have a golf court. We had only football. Football on the street, football each square, football in the break in the school. We was playing only football. And for this, I was coming to football very, very early. I think I was kicking the ball the first time when I was 2 years old. And this was from the beginning my love, my passion, and I do it till today with a big favor when I can kick the ball.
كنت وقتها ما كنت متحمس وايد للدراسة بدليل انك امتهنت وانت طفل صغير مهنة الخياطة والديكور. هل كنت وقتها مقتنع ان كرة القدم هو مستقبلك؟
I didn't think about future in this moment. I like to play only football. I was going to the school. I was not a bad student. I was not the best, but I was in the middle. I make marks and make my parents happy. And then when I come to 16, 17 years old, everybody, he can make something different on the field than others. And he scored the goals. He is faster. He has a better shot. He has a better dribbling. And then somebody told me, hey, Lothar, you can be a professional football player. I said, yes, it's my dream. But I don't know how big is maybe the concurrence in Germany, in the other villages. We had only the competition around my home village. And then I get the chance to make a training session in Borussia Mönchengladbach, who is the same club in the first division in Germany. And in this time, similar level than Bayern Munich, Borussia Mönchengladbach in the 70s. They won 5 times the championship in Germany. They won 2 times the Europe Cup for clubs in 74 and 79. And this was, when I was a child, I was support this club. Still today, this club is in my heart, not Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich was a big business. I have a very good relationship, but when you are in love one time with a club, you will never change. And this is like religion for me. And then I get the chance to make a test training there for 3-4 days, and then I was good enough for them. And after the last training session, I was going to the sport director, and I signed contract for 3 years. My dream came true. This was some amazing feeling for me to be professional player in this club, what you support 10 years or the last 15 years before. When I was a child, I was going up with Borussia Mönchengladbach. This was my favorite club in Bundesliga. And then I can sign the contract and can start my professional career in this club.
تم اختيارك ضمن المنتخب الألماني للشباب وأن كان عمرك وقتها 18 سنة. تلفت إليك الأنظار والقصة اللي ذكرتها بروسيا مونشن جلادباخ، وكان من حظك أنك مثل ما ذكرت وقعت مع الفريق الأكثر تتويج في الدوري الألماني في السبعينيات القرن الماضي. هل وقتها شفت عمرك محظوظ أن انطلاقتك كانت مع هذا الفريق المميز في ذاك الوقت؟
Sure, this was my dream when I was a child, and the dream came true. And I was sitting in the dressing room with a player who had what I had 5 years before, the posters in my bedroom. Yeah, and I stay with them in a dressing room. I was going with them by bus to the training session. This was my heroes, and I was now between my heroes. It was a fantastic feeling for me and make me very happy. But on the field later, I had to fight against them because I like to play in the first 11. And we had 18, 19 professional players. This was a special situation for me, and I was very, very, very happy.
من حظك بعد أن أول من دربك في نادي بروسيا مونشن جلادباخ يوب هانكس، الرجل اللي يعتبر اليوم واحد من أفضل المدربين اللي أنجبتهم الكرة الألمانية. شو اللي تعلمته من يوب هانكس في بداياتك مع بروسيا مع بروسيا جلادباخ؟
First, he was not only my first coach, he was one of my heroes before, because he was a top scorer from Borussia Mönchengladbach. He scored more than 200 goals in the German Bundesliga in his career. And sure, I was happy to have a so famous coach immediately, and he was caring about me. He was caring about me like I am his son. 18 years old, he saw my talent. He gave me advice, he gave me help. As like a father, sometimes he, not like this, but he was angry with me when I was not focused for the football, and then he hugged me when I was very good. And sure, I was 5 years playing in Mönchengladbach. He was 5 years my coach, and he knew me like my father, because we was every day walking together. We was talking, and he gave me support. He gave me the help, but sometimes he gave me the same, the penalty, to say, Lothar, this is not good. This is not good. This you have to do better. You have to walk more professional. You have to walk more concentrate. He helped me generally in my life, not only on the football field.
برغم الأسماء الكبيرة اللي كان يضمها جلادباخ، إلا أن لوثر فرض نفسه كلاعب أساسي. عشت تجربة مؤلمة في 79، فريقك يخسر النهائي اليويفا أمام انترخت فرانكفورت. كيف تجاوزتم ألم خسارة اللقب الأوروبي؟ وشو تذكر عن المواجهة، تلك المواجهة في النهائي الذهاب وإياب لوثر؟
Look, pain is something different. Football is a game. You know to win and you have to lose. This is football. I was playing 8 months before in the 4th division in Germany in a youth team. And then 1 year later I played in the UEFA Cup final against Frankfurt. It was a dream for me. Sure, I like to have better result on the end, but we was the second best team in the UEFA Cup in Europe with Borussia Mönchengladbach. I scored goals, important goals, and I was 18 years old. Which boy with 18 years can play a UEFA Cup final? I think nobody in this time. And I was very happy to have this year from the 4th division in the UEFA Cup final, and 4 weeks later I was national player in Germany. This was in 9-10 months. This was a big step. Step by step I was going up very, very, very fast. And this made me till today very happy to have a year like this on the beginning of my career.
مع المنتخب الألماني الأول دربك يوب ديروال، اللي ضمك للفريق اللي توج بلقب بطولة أوروبا للأمم عام 80 في إيطاليا بعد الفوز على بلجيكا في النهائي. كيف عشت تلك اللحظات وعمرك وقتها كان 19 سنة؟
I told before, I come after 10 months from the 4th division to the national team. I had a great first season in Mönchengladbach, played 28 games in the Bundesliga, played 13 games in the UEFA Cup with a final, 2 finals, a home final and away final. I played a couple of games in the under-21 national team. I played a couple of games in the B national team, and this everything in the first 9-10 months. And then I think I was making a good job in these 9 months, and then I get the invitation to go with the national team to European Championship. I was booking my holiday with my first girlfriend. I like to travel from Germany to Greece, and then I have to move my holiday 1 month later because I get the invitation. I was never thinking about this, but I was very happy to be with the national team. I was in this moment not a national player. I had only the invitation, and then was coming the tournament in Italy, the European Championship, and the coach gave me against Holland come in from the bench the last 15-20 minutes, and I was so happy to play for my home country. And on the end with the team, I was not on the field, but the team was winning the title, the European Championship title, and I was a part of this team. And when you win with 19 years, the European Championship title in this time, because we didn't have the academies in Germany like now. Yes, the young players that didn't have professional training. Now they have it with 14, 15, 16, and this made me so happy, and I was proud of myself, especially my parents was proud of me. My friends was happy for me, and sure, it was more than a dream. You cannot think 10 months before, in 10 months you will win the European Championship title with your national team.
حلو انك تتوج بطل لاوروبا، شيء كبير، شيء رائع، لكن اتصور الاروع للوثر انه يلعب مع نجوم كبار مثل رومانيجي، شتيلكي، شوماخر، كلاوس، الوفس. شو اللي افادك التواجد مع هالنجوم الكبار وانت في سن صغيره؟
It was a good feeling, but I met them as the same in the Bundesliga before. I played against them. This was nothing new anymore about me. I had a close contact in the Bundesliga games against these big names. Yeah? You told Stielicke. Stielicke was playing for Borussia Mönchengladbach before he played for Real Madrid. He was the same, one of my heroes when I was a child. Toni Schumacher, I make immediately friendship with him. I was 18, he was 28 or 30 years. They was very nice with me. They take me on their table when we had the dinner or the lunch or the breakfast during the day, and I was part of the team. I didn't feel like a fifth tire in the car. I was included, and I was with them, and they was really caring about me, and this was immediately a good feeling for me, like a new young player.
مع نفس المجموعة هذه الذهبية حضرت المونديال الأول لك في عمر 21 سنة في أسبانيا سنة 82، لكنك لم تكن أساسيا بسبب وجود لاعبين مثل أولي شتيلكي وفيليكس ماغات وبيير لاتبرسكي وهانزي مولر. تلك الكاس العالمية لوثر خسر نهائيها المنتخب الألماني أمام منتخب إيطالي أدهش الجميع وقتها. شو اللي استفاده لوثر ماتيوس من مونديال أسبانيا؟
Okay, first 2 years before was my first European Championship. Then I had the World Cup 2 years later, and I was still one of the youngest player. Only Pierre Littbarski was on the same age, and Pierre and me, we was playing same in the under-21 national team. We know each other from the youth team, and it was the same, something nice to be one of the best 22 players in Germany. It's always some special invitation from the coach, but the team they found each other the years before. There's always the experience, older player than me. They know each other from the club teams, and sure, the coach was believing more the experienced player than maybe the young player. And for this, I was similar than 2 years before in the first 22, but I was not a key for Jupp Derwal. Not 1980, not 1982, but this was not a problem for me. I was happy to get the invitation. I was giving my best during the training session, and another player was not better than me, but he decided for the experience, what is very important during a World Cup, and for this I respect his decision.
كانت هناك مباراة دراماتيكية، بل هي واحدة من أكثر المباريات إثارة في كأس العالم. مباراة الدور نصف النهائي أمام فرنسا، وانتهت وقتها بالتعادل 3-3، ومنحت ركلات الترجيح التأهل للمانشافت. هل تذكر مباريات كانت في مثل هالإثارة لوثر؟
Yes, but I didn't play the game. I was sitting on the bench, and this is different from the feeling. But this was dramatically because this was going up and down. Sometimes you was out from the tournament, and you come back in the tournament. You was again out during the penalty kickoff, and this was really dramatically. A lot of stories in this game, but on the end, it's only important you win the game. Doesn't matter how. And sure, this was a game we are talking today about this game. But you remember 1970 when Germany was playing against Italy in the semi-final. Was the same dramatic game. It was a centenary game in 2000. Was 4-3 for Italy. After 90 minutes was 1-1, and then 2-1 for Germany, 2-2, 3-2 for Italy, 3-3, 4-3, and the same was against France 1982. And yes, we was behind 3-1. Then Kalle Rummenigge come in the game, scored a goal. Klaus Fischer scored the 3-3. Then we had the penalty kickoff. We missed the first penalty. Uli Stielecke was missing this penalty, and you are sitting on the bench and you hope and you wish the team will win and to go to the final. And on the end, we had luck on our side to win the penalty kick-off, and was good, but was a dramatic game in Sevilla, and I will never forget it.
لا يمكن أن أطوي صفحة مونديال 82 بأسبانيا دون أن أذكرك بمباراتكم مع الجزائر، واللي شهدت مفاجأة من العيار الثقيل وقتها، تمثلت في خسارتكم بهدفين مقابل هدف. هل يمكن القول أنكم قللتوا من المنتخب الجزائري وقتها لوثر؟
I don't know. I was not playing this game. But sure, you go in the game like against Algeria, maybe against another countries too, and you feel like a favorite. And maybe you lost your concentration from the beginning. You were thinking, okay, we can do it with 80%. But today in the football, in the same 1982, it was not possible. You have to work very hard for the result. And maybe we was not working hard enough to win against Algeria. And Algeria was on this team. They didn't have more luck than Germany. There was a better team, and they won 2-1, and we have to accept this result because we was not concentrated, we was not focused, we didn't bring the quality of the German team on 90 minutes on the field, and the Algerian team won this game 2-1, and because they was better.
في نفس البطولة في كأس العالم هناك من تحدث وقتها عن تواطؤ ألماني ونمساوي تسبب في إقصاء المنتخب الجزائري، بل هناك من ذهب أكثر من ذلك، هناك من تحدث عن وصمة عار. شو رأيك في الموضوع؟
It was looking like this, yes, but it was no communication between Austria and Germany. This was coming during the game. For both teams was enough, this result, to go to the next round. And I told before, important on the end, you will win. But it was not a communication. This was not a deal between Austria and Germany. This was coming because of the moment. Yes, Germany was maybe afraid to get a goal from Austria and is out, and Austria was afraid to get a goal from Germany. And both teams was too passive in the game. And this was looking to the spectators, oh, they had a deal. Everybody is happy with the result. Normally, these two countries, they're not the best friends. Remember Cordoba in Argentina 1978. Austria is a small brother, the young brother of Germany. And they are always happy when they can make something against Germany. And the German like to show always the power to the Austrian. This means they have not the biggest friendship. They speak the same language, but they don't have the biggest friendship. They like to make the neighbor country very angry, but in this game you didn't saw it. That's right, absolutely. But it was really, and I tell you this 100%, it was not a deal between the players, it was not a deal between the federation, it was not a deal between the coaches.
بس سمعت عن هالموضوع قبل، وسمعت عن هالقصة قبل، وسمعت أن لين اليوم يتكلمون عن هالموضوع ويتهمون الألمان مع المنتخب الألماني مع النمساوي بالتواطؤ. أنت سمعت فيه صحيح؟
Somebody built a story, but this was not a story. I didn't heard it, and I was close in the team. I was in the meeting with the coach, and then nothing. We have to be focused. We have to think about ourselves. We have to give our best. We like to go to the next round. This was a talking between us. What was coming from outside, I really don't know.
Okay. سنة 83 وبينما ظنت جماهير مونشن جلادباخ أنك ستصبح اللاعب الأبدي للفريق، وبينما كان الفريق يسابق من أجل لقب البوندسليغا، أعلنت في غرفة الملابس أنك ستذهب لبايرن ميونخ. فجأة تحول لوثر من معشوق إلى لاعب منبوذ، يصرخون في وجهك. هل أخطأت وقتها لوثر بإعلان انتقالك؟ وكيف تحملت ذلك النقد العنيف وقتها؟
First, I was very happy to be player of Borussia Mönchengladbach. I told you the story about my childhood, about the fan for Borussia Mönchengladbach. I had all my heroes from Borussia Mönchengladbach close to me when I was going to sleep in my bedroom, and I'm still in this relationship with Borussia Mönchengladbach. My heart is Borussia Mönchengladbach first, still today. But I was 5 years playing for them, and in these 5 years I see what means professional football player. Yeah, I was giving my best for Borussia Mönchengladbach in each game, in each training session, but I had not the feeling I can win with Borussia Mönchengladbach titles. And a football player like to win titles, because end of the career you can see Lothar Matthäus, one-time world champion, won the European Championship, won the UEFA Cup, won the champions in Germany, won the champions in Italy. This you know about me. When I make always the second or third place and maybe can be the best player in this club where I make the second or third place, you will not know me in your country, because you are looking the same, the winner. And I was a winner, and I feel in Mönchengladbach, because of different reasons, you don't have the chance to win regular titles like in Bayern Munich. And I have the chance to go to Bayern Munich. They make an offer, they pay a lot of money for me in this time, and not to me, to Borussia Mönchengladbach, because the transfer. My salary was very small. And
that time.
And this was a reason why I left my love and was thinking for my business, for the result. This was a reason, not because I don't like to play anymore for Borussia Mönchengladbach. I was going to Bayern Munich to win titles, and I think this was the right decision, because the first 3 years with Bayern Munich, I won immediately 3 times the German Championship and 1 German Cup.
إذن فكرة الانتقال لبايرن ميونخ كانت فكرة الحصول على الألقاب والنظر إلى مسيرة كبيرة بالنسبة لك.
Absolutely right. This was the reason. No. Nothing else. Only this was the reason why I was moving from Mönchengladbach to Bayern Munich.
بس تأثرت وقتها أو بعدها، بعد الانتقال تأثرت من الانقلاب اللي صار عليك من الجمهور، بدليل أنك ضيعت ضربة جزاء أمام فرانكفورت، ضاع معها الفوز واللقب، وبعدها أضعت أيضا ضربة جزاء في نهائي كاس ألمانيا أمام بايرن ميونخ، وهو ما جعل جماهير مونشن جلادباخ تتهمك بتعمد إهدار ركلات الجزاء.
This is their mind. I will be happy when I score the penalty and we will win with Borussia Mönchengladbach the cup final against Bayern Munich. But this is the same story of football. Nobody can find a story out before happen. And this happened. My last game for Borussia Mönchengladbach against Bayern Munich, my new club. We have the cup final and the penalty shootout is coming, and the coach Jupp Heynckes was pushing me to shoot penalty. I told to him I don't like to shoot because I didn't feel comfortable. I didn't feel safe. I didn't feel sure to score, and he was pushing me. And in this moment I learned, don't push somebody when he don't want. This was my lesson of this game, and he was pushing me. We was talking about the result. I was missing the penalty. Bayern Munich won the cup final, and the people and the fans from Borussia Mönchengladbach was very angry with me because they was thinking I was doing this purpose. I was not doing this purpose, because for me the most happiness is I left Borussia Mönchengladbach maybe with a title. And the story is over now, but the first years when I come back with Bayern Munich to the stadium of Borussia Mönchengladbach, it was not nice for me, a lot of whistle against me, but today we have a really good relationship, good friendship, not only between me and the coach or the sport director, the same between me and the fans who was whistling a couple of years after my move to Bayern Munich.
Okay. أنت لاعب وسط، سجلت 36 هدف ب 162 مباراة مع مونشن جلادباخ. هل هذا اللي خلى أودو لاتيك مدرب بايرن ميونخ يصر على التعاقد معك في 84؟
It was not a high number, 36 goals, but I was defender in the midfield, number 6, and yes, normally I can score more, and this I show in Bayern Munich because I was playing more offense, but I was a national player, I was a young player, and sure, Bayern Munich always want the best player, the best German player in their club, and sure, it was making the difference, not because of my goals, because of my power, because of my speed, because of my mentality, and this make me so interested for Bayern Munich. And Udo Lattek know me from before, because when I had my first training session in Borussia Mönchengladbach, the days training before I signed the contract, he was the head coach of Borussia Mönchengladbach, and he know me from this moment.
Okay. قيل عند انضمامك لبايرن ميونخ انك سرت على خطى بول برايتنر. من اول موسم لك مع النادي البافاري حصلت على لقب البوندسليغا، في الموسم الثاني ثنائية الدوري وكاس ألمانيا. هنا بدأ لوثر رحلة حصد الألقاب مع البايرن.
Yes, absolutely. As I told before, it was the right step, but I will never be Paul Breitner. Paul Breitner was a great football player for Bayern Munich. He was the face of Bayern Munich, but I have my face. I didn't like to be somebody like Paul Breitner. And this was the same reason why Bayern Munich want me, because Paul Breitner and Karl-Heinz Rummenigge finished 1984 his career by Bayern Munich. Paul Breitner, I don't know what he was doing, but Rummenigge was transferred to Inter Milan. And Bayern Munich liked to build a new team with leaders. And for this, I think there was interest about me. And I was doing only my job in Bayern Munich. And this was, we had a really young generation team, because the big stars, the big faces of Bayern Munich left. And we was doing this very well in the first years together. And I was one of maybe the key players for the coach, for Udo Lattek. And for this, I feel very happy to be part in this team on this time.
86 بالمكسيك لوثر عشت المونديال الثاني مع المنتخب الألماني، هذه المرة كلاعب أساسي. وكما حدث في 82 بلغ المنتخب الألماني النهائي وخسر أمام منتخب الأرجنتين بأسطورته دييغو مارادونا. صعب على لاعب أنه يخسر نهائيين متتاليين لكأس العالم، أليس كذلك؟
The first 82 I didn't lost. I was not playing in the first 11. I was not on the field. Different feeling than when you are on the field. But it's the same what I told before, long time before now in our interview. The final against Eintracht Frankfurt 1980 with Borussia Mönchengladbach. This was my first World Cup. This was, from the feeling, was my first World Cup, because 82 I was one player who was not playing so much, only 2 games. But 1986 with the new coach Franz Beckenbauer, he was believing me. He gave me a place in the first 11 from the first moment till the final. And he was pushing me. He gave me confidence, and he gave me the feeling he need me in his first 11. And sure, it was not a great World Cup from the German national team. To start with a draw against Uruguay, then we lost a game against Denmark. Then the second round was a winning goal from me in the last minute against Morocco. Then in the quarterfinal we was penalty kickoff against Mexico. This was not a great World Cup, not a shiny World Cup for the German team. About the results, we was crossing all time with luck in the next round. But it was not shiny, it was not brilliant. Only one game we had very well against France in the semi-final. And Maradona and Argentina, they played a World Cup. For me, it was the best team. And then you're upset, you are angry. But on another side, the best team was winning the World Cup '86. This was Argentina. And for this, I can congratulate only the Argentinian player. Only how we lost the final, this made me angry because we was 2-0 behind. And then we scored 2 goals, 2-2. And we was physically in a very good condition. We was not playing brilliant, not attractive, but we was in good condition. And you feel Argentina is tired. And we was going up in the offense again. And then we give them space to score the third goal, the final goal, the winning goal. And this make me angry. Not the result on the end, but how we get the result. This make me angry, but we congratulate Argentina. And we played, we congratulate especially Maradona because in this tournament, he played like from another planet. Yes, he was very, very good. And as I was happy and I was proud to play with him. I played against him. And in one way, I was not happy he won the World Cup. But when a player make so many good things for the football, excellent things. Yes. Thanks, Diego, and congratulations for this World Cup 1986 for you and your team.
حلو هالروح الرياضية. بس لا يزال لوثر ماتيوس عندما يتحدث عن هذه المباراة في نبرة حزن، لأن إحساس داخلي عندك أنه كان ممكن بعد التعادل كان ممكن أنك تحرز البطولة هذه، وتقول أنت أن بسبب أن احنا تقدمنا بشكل كبير إلى المقدمة وتركنا فراغات فهم سجلوا. موضوع خسارة مونديال 86 لا يزال مؤثر فيك.
Yes, sure, but I think you can learn from each game, not only for the good, with the good results, the same with the bad results. And we was talking now in this interview 2 times about a bad result, losing finals. But losing finals, you can learn from this, and you can be motivated for the next final, for the next tournament, for the next title. And this was motivating me a lot to make it better the next time.
في مونديال المكسيك واجهتم مثل ما ذكرت، انت تكلمت عن المغرب، واجهته في ثمن النهائي المغرب اللي تصدر مجموعة الموت وقتها. يعني المغرب مثل الجزائر، يعني الطريقة تشبه الطريقة. سيناريو مباراة الجزائر كان في بالكم في قبل مباراة المغرب؟
It was a new World Cup. We had a new team. We had a new coach. We was not thinking about the World Cup '82. Beckenbauer gave us a new mentality. The new coach Franz Beckenbauer, and he was. The people outside was thinking, oh, it's Franz Beckenbauer, he is doing this relaxed. No, he was a hard worker. He was starting Morocco. He started each team what we playing against before the game. He give us all the news, what was possible in this moment. Today you have your statistic guy, you have social media, but 1986 you had nothing. You had maybe some guy who is watching this game from Morocco before to give maybe the news, who is fast, who has a good dribbling, who is a key player, who is a top scorer, and then you didn't get the information like today. And he was working very hard, and he give us really always good details from the another team, and this make us so strong. And for this we had a very good time with Franz Beckenbauer. He was coaching us 6 years, and he liked to have always the optimum from the result and from the power of the team. And We was not thinking about Algeria. We was thinking about the game against Morocco, and Morocco played a very good qualification group stage. There was a first. We was a third in our group, and Morocco was playing very well. They had a very, very good team, and for this was till the end. This was open. I scored the goal in the last minute. It was a free kick. Then you can see with a standard situation, we won the game. We was going. Really, with I think really when it's a draw, it's a draw, and then we have to go into overtime. And then we were so happy. I was so happy to score this important goal for the German national team.
نروح لسنة 87. بايرن ميونخ يصل لنهائي أبطال أوروبا، يلعب أمام بورتو البرتغالي. تقدمتوا بهدف كوجل، لكن بورتو فاجأكم بهدفين في الشوط الثاني وخسرتم النهائي. الأمر كان صدمة بالنسبة لكم، وكأنه كان النهائي الثاني اللي يخسره البايرن بعد نهائي 82 أمام ستون فيلا الإنجليزي.
Okay, 82, I was in the stadium. This was a game in Holland, the final between Aston Villa and Bayern Munich. But I was watching the game only like a football fan, because I was living in Mönchengladbach. It was 1.5 hours by car to go to Holland in the stadium. And 87, completely different game. I was player of Bayern Munich. I was the captain of this team, and we lost after a brilliant first half. In the second half, this game, because this was similar like against Algeria in 82 in the World Cup. Second half, it was too easy for us to go ahead 1-0. We was not playing on the highest level, but Porto was not exist in the first 45 minutes. They was playing in the defense. We scored a goal, and we was sure will nothing happen. And then happened something, because we was not anymore active. We was passive. We was playing in the defense, and this is not the style of Bayern Munich. And then FC Porto scored 2 goals, and they won the Champions League final, because we was working well for first half, and the second half we was not working like the Bayern Munich mentality, and for this we lost the final.
نذهب إلى فاصل مشاهدينا الكرام، ثم نعود بعد ذلك تكملة هذا الحوار الممتع مع الأسطورة لوثر ماتيوس. ابقوا معنا.
تحت رعاية سمو الشيخ حمدان بن زايد آل نهيان ممثل الحاكم في منطقة الظفرة، يقام ماراثون زايد الخيري بنسخة جديدة في أبو ظبي في 19 من نوفمبر بمجموع جوائز 1,000,000 درهم. الخطوات كثيرة لكن الطرقات أكثر. خطوة واحدة تسبق كل الخطوات وتجمع كل الطرقات لتبقى وتعيش وتدوم حين تكون الخطوات في الخير وللعطاء. ماراثون زايد الخيري، خطوة للخير وطريقا نحو العطاء. سارعوا بالتسجيل في ماراثون زايد الخيري نسخة أبو ظبي حتى 17 من نوفمبر من خلال الموقع الإلكتروني التالي. في الأسبوع التاسع من دور أدنوك للمحترفين، العين يلاقي خورفكان. دوري أدنوك للمحترفين في هذه الأوقات على قناة أبو ظبي الرياضية.
corner.
عاصمة الرياضة العالمية أبو ظبي تحتضن مرة أخرى أقوى الرياضات القتالية. أفضل الرياضيين ونخبة الحكام يجتمعون تحت سقف واحد في تحد يجمع صفوة الأندية والأكاديميات. بطولة أبو ظبي العالمية لمحترفي الجوجيتسو على أبو ظبي الرياضية.
نرحب بكم من جديد مشاهدينا الكرام في هذا الحوار الممتع مع الأسطورة لوثر ماتيوس. لوثر، في ثالث موسم لك مع البايرن حققت لقب البوندسليغا الثالث على التوالي، تمكنت من تسجيل 57 هدف في 113 مباراة، كنت هداف للبايرن في هالمواسم الثلاثة، إلا أنك قررت الرحيل للانضمام لنادي انتر ميلان. شو اللي أقنعك بدخول عالم الكالتشيو الشائك؟
World of football, yes, the world of football was in Italy. It was like now in the Premier League. This is was a world of football. The best league, the best player there was playing in Italy in the Serie A, and I had a couple of offers from Italy the years before. In Italy they start 1981-82 to take me to Italy when I was playing the European Championship with 19 years. And sure, I told you, I think I don't follow the money. Sounds stupid maybe, but I was never follow the money. I was follow my feeling. It's a good feeling. You are ready to do it or not. Before I was going from Mönchengladbach to Bayern Munich, I was thinking, why you like to do it? You are ready for Bayern Munich. You like to do it. What is the reason? Maybe the titles to Bayern Munich. And then I was going to Italy, 1988. Didn't respecting offers before, because I feel happy in Bayern Munich. I won my titles, but 88 was a time for me to make the next step, to be in the competition with the best players in the world. Maradona was playing in Italy, in Naples, with Carreca, Alemão, Ruud Gullit, Van Basten, Rijkaard was playing for AC Milan. Francescoli was playing for Cagliari, and Zico was playing for Udinese. The best players, the best teams, Italy. I was ready to play on the highest level for myself. I was sure I can do it. And Inter Milan was asking me every year to come to Italy to play for Inter. Napoli was coming to Munich, play with Maradona in the team in Naples. AC Milan was asking me. Juventus Turin was asking me. AS Rome was asking me. They come to Munich, and I say always no. But 1987, 88, I had a feeling, yes, now you can do it. You are ready to play against the best teams, against the best player in the world. And then I make this move to Italy, and I think it was a very good move.
ليش الانتر؟
It was for me a nice color. And Trapattoni, the coach, was very, very interested. He was coming 2-3 times to Munich. He was coming personality. Naples sent a delegation to Munich. But Trapattoni, the coach of Inter, he was coming with his car to Munich and asked me personally, Lothar, I want you, I need you in my team to make good results. And this was good for me. This gave me a good feeling. The coach came, Trapattoni, one of the best coach in the world. He won a lot of titles with Platini and Juventus Turin. He was a good player, and I think this was the main reason why he came, personality, to my home place in Munich and tell me, Lothar, I want and I need you and I please you to come to my club.
خلينا نتكلم عن تراباتوني، الاسم الكبير والمدرب الكبير اللي قادك في الانتر، واصر انه يعطيك رقم 10 وانت دائما تفضل رقم 8. شو اللي كان يقصده تراباتوني وقتها؟
Yes, I asked him and he gave me an answer, and I give you now the answer what he gave me 34 years ago. It was preparing for the season, and he come to me and asked me, Lothar, which number you like to play? I say, like in Bayern Munich with number 8. He say, no, number 8 is not possible because Nicola Berti has the number 8. Then I told him, okay, then I like to play with the number 6, how I played in Borussia Mönchengladbach. He said, number 6 is not possible. Mattioli has this number 6. I said, yes, but which number is free? He told me, number 10. I said, coach, I am not a number 10 player. I'm not Maradona. I am not Platini. I say, yes, I know you are not Platini. You are not Maradona. But you are same important for the team like them. And for this you have to play with the number 10. This was the story of our conversation.
اقتنعت وقتها برقم 10.
What I have to do, I don't like to play with number 12 or 13 because in this time the first 11 had the number from 1 to 11. It was not number 88 or 76 and an end. And I need a number till 11. No, I'm not playing. This means I have to play with the number 10. And on the end, still today when we speak about number 10s in Italy, sure, Maradona, Platini, but I am in this row.
توجت في أول موسم لك مع الانتر ورافقك في هذه الرحلة لإيطاليا أندريس بريما بلقب السكوديتو، لكن من سوء حظك بعدها أن الهيمنة انتقلت لإي سي ميلان بالثلاثي الهولندي الرائع واللي أخذ كل شيء في ذاك الوقت في إيطاليا.
Not only the wonderful Dutch player, the same the wonderful Italian player who was playing for AC Milan, Parisi, Maldini, Ancelotti, Donatoni, Evani, Maldini, Tassotti on the right back, Galli in the goal. This was the best team in Europe, like Man City maybe in this moment. They dominate the national football. They dominate the Champions League. They was very, very good. And with Sacchi, they had a very good coach. And Inter was winning nothing 10 years from 1978 or 79 till 89. They won nothing, no cup, no Scudetto, nothing. And then I come with my friend Andreas Brehme, and we had different Italian players. We had not the technical players from Italy. We had the fighting players from Italy. Walter Zenga, who is living in Dubai, he was a goalkeeper, was the best goalkeeper in Italy. And then we had Ferri, Bergomi. There was hard worker. But we make the balance between the walking mentality and the style of game. And with Ramon Diaz, we had a very good striker from Argentina. And another Italian player, they played in the national team, but there was a walkers in the national team, and Milan was bringing the technical player, the technical style in the national team. And this was a difference between AC Milan and Inter Milan. And sure, this was good for us when you come new to a club. The fans wait the last 10 years, see the neighbor club, AC Milan, to win the Champions League, to win this Scudetto, to win the Italian Cup. And now you come to Italy and immediately you win the Scudetto with a new record of points. For this till today, I am Il Grande in Italy. In Inter, the fans, I come 35 years later, don't see me every week. They see me one time per year, 2 times per year. But I come to the stadium, I go walking in the city. I have my nickname, Il Grande, because of this year when we won the Scudetto with Inter, because it was a big surprise for them, because in Naples played Maradona, Milan had the best team, but we won the Italian title with a new record of points. Till today, it's a record of points. And this makes us so famous in Italy, and the people are always so happy when we come back. Andy, Breme and me, we are coming sometime back together. We feel like at home, we feel like in a family.
وانت لاعب ونجم للانتر، لعبت مونديالك الثالث عام 90 في ايطاليا، ومثل ما يقال الثالث ثابت، توجت اخيرا بطل للعالم. لكن الجميل ان منتخب المانيا لعب في معقلك بايطاليا، حيث لعب 5 مباريات من مبارياته بسانسيرو، المسرح اللي كنت تلعب فيه مع الانتر.
It was a nice and good feeling for me. First, to win the World Cup. Second, to win the World Cup in Italy, where I was living in this time. And then we had 5 games in the San Siro Stadium. This was my living room in Italy. Like maybe you know Boris Becker, the tennis player from Germany. His living room was Wimbledon because he liked this grass of Wimbledon. And I loved San Siro Stadium in Milano. And this was my home place. I had my home games with Inter in the stadium. And I get the support from the fans when we had our home games. But with Germany, who is not so far from Milano, because Milano is in the north in Italy, we had the same home games during the World Cup. When we played against Holland, when we played against Emirates, when we played against Czech Republic, when we played against Colombia, we had home games in this stadium. Because the German was coming to Italy, and we had the colors of our flag in the stadium. They give us a good atmosphere. They give us a good feeling, and I think this was the same one of the reasons why we was the best team 1990 in the World Cup.
Okay. خلال تلك الكاس العالمية أخذتوا بثاركم من المنتخب الأرجنتيني بعد الفوز عليه في النهائي بهدف أندرياس بريما. دموع فرحك ودموع مارادونا. حدثني عن هذا الشعور وانت تواجه مارادونا في نهائيين 2 في المونديال.
First, after all these years, I get a friendship with Diego. We was not only meeting on the field, we was meeting the same outside from the field, and we spent a very nice time together. For lunch, for dinner, for nightlife, always. We had a good time together. And we respect each other on the field. And this was always a pleasure for me and an honor to play against him, because in the 80s he was the best player in the world and he changed the football. And sure, I had the competition with him in Italy in the Serie A when we played with Inter Milan against Neapel. We didn't play only 2 World Cups against each other in the final. We played many, many games against each other. And I thought before, Maradona make maybe the difference 1986 in the World Cup when Argentina won. But 1990, the German team was the best team in the World Cup. We start with a 4-1 against Yugoslavia, and we played always on the highest level. This was not anymore the results like 4 years before in Mexico when we won in the last minutes against Morocco. We dominate our games. We dominated the same the final. It was only 1-0 with a penalty from Andreas Brehme, but we was a better team. And this make me happy, because I like to win, but I like to win the same with a good performance. And the performance is for me important, not only the result. I am coaching now a young team, under 10 years old. My son is 8 years. I coach his team. I don't care about the result. I care more about the performance. And we perform very well. And for this now I can tell, the best team, what I told about Argentina 4 years before, I can tell now, yes, the best team won the World Cup. We had a good climber in the team. We had good players. We had experienced players. We had good young players, fresh atmosphere who was coming to our team. We had a good conversation with the coach. We respect each other. And this, what we had outside from the field, we present on the field. And I think it was sure nice for us, like players, nice for our fans, not so nice for Diego Maradona. He was crying a little bit after the game, but when he understands the football, how I understand him, he will congratulate us how we congratulate him 4 years before.
مكافأة لك على المونديال الرائع في إيطاليا، حصلت على جائزة الكرة الذهبية، وبعدها بسنة كنت أول من حصل على جائزة أفضل لاعب من الفيفا، وقتها كان عمرك 29 سنة. حققت كل شيء لوثر، أليس كذلك؟
First, the Ballon d'Or or best player in the world, you will not win alone. You will win because you played in a very good team. And the teammates helped me to make this personality title. I had the title of World Cup winner 1990. 91, I won the UEFA Cup with Inter Milan. When you win titles, you are more in the focus. And maybe when you are the captain and when you score the goals, yes, and. This makes you so special. And I have to say thank you to the teammates. I have to say thank you to the coaches who coached me in this time, in the national team, in the club team. And sure, I had a great time. I feel full with confidence to this move from Germany to Italy because I was playing against the best players. And I show everybody, the same myself, I am on the same level like them. And maybe I'm better because of my teammates. And for this, I won this personality titles, and I'm really happy to win this won these titles. My parents are proud of me, sure, very proud. They never told me this, but I know how they was proud of me. And sure, it's give yourself confidence, it's give yourself a new power, a new motivation for the future.
قلت متأثر بعد التتويج بكأس العالم. كل التتويجات لا يمكن أن تصل لكأس العالم، كل لاعب إلا ويحلم بهذا، وأنا توجت بهذا الكأس وأنا قائد للفريق. 32 سنة مرت على هذا التتويج العالمي. هل ما زال الموضوع راسخ في ذاكرة لوثر ماتيوس الفوز بكأس العالم؟ وقتها قائد للفريق، وقتها كان فخور وسعيد أنه يتسلم كأس العالم.
Yeah, sure. Because the World Cup is the biggest title what you can win like a football player, and especially when you was a captain of the team. You get first the cup from the hand of the president of FIFA. I think more is not possible. And you make not only yourself happy and not only your team, you make your country happy. When you play for Bayern Munich, you make your Bayern Munich fans happy, but not the country fans. And in this time was a special political situation in Germany, the unit between East and West. And the same, we get a big support from the East football fans. There was coming same to Italy to support us. And this what make me very happy, to be the first captain of Germany who won the title for each part of Germany, for the East and for the West.
مباشرة بعد كأس العالم 90 أصبت بقطع في الرباط الصليبي، ابتعدت كثيرا عن الملاعب، لكن لا شيء حال دون عودتك. شو اللي تتذكره في تلك الفترة؟
I had a lot of operation in my career. This was the first big problem what I had, the cross ligament. This was 1991 in April. We played against AC Parma in my living room in the San Siro Stadium, and I had a turn with my leg, with my knee, and I go out, and then I get the result from the medical staff. We have to operate your knee because the cross ligament is broken. Sure, it was shocked me, and many players in this time had to finish their career after this accident. But in another way, I motivate myself. I told operation, accident will not finish your career. You have to finish your career when you say for yourself, it's finished, it's over. And I was working very hard, and I come back after 4.5 months to play again official game in the first division.
سنة 92 قررت العودة لنادي بايرن ميونخ. أصبحت لاعب ليبرو بدل من لاعب وسط. التقيت بالقيصر بيكنباور مدرب، وفزت معه بلقب البوندسليغا مرة أخرى.
Yes, this was a move back during my injury. I left Inter. Bayern Munich was believing me more with. I was 31 years old. I had this injury. Inter Milan has a lot of bad experience with younger player with the same problem, and they was not believing me anymore, not trust me to come back in the same condition like before. And for this, I was going for small money in this time back to Bayern Munich. and for big, small transfer money. And then Bayern Munich was my club from before. I know the people who are walking around, the coach, the president, the director, Karl-Heinz Rummenigge was included in the club, and yes, this was for me the right step back to Bayern Munich, because in Inter was not going everything similar than 4 or 5 years before. It was a new coach, the same president, but new players. It was not any more stable, and Inter didn't make good results in the next years, because they make a big move. And yes, I was going back Bayern Munich, and 1 year later I won the German championship with the coach Franz Beckenbauer. I was again his captain in Bayern Munich, and I think the same in this way 1992 was the right step to make this move back to Germany.
خط بعد ذلك مونديالين مع المانشافت، 94 بأمريكا، 98 في فرنسا، ليصبح مجموع مشاركاتك في كأس العالم 5 بطولات كأس العالم. صحيح أنك حققت لقب واحد، لكن يعد رقم قياسي في عدد المباريات بكأس العالم. لعبت في مونديال فرنسا وأنت في سن 37. حدثني عما تحمل من ذكريات في بطولات كأس العالم.
Generally, World Cups was the best one was the World Cup in the middle, the third one, because we was talking about 1990. You won the title, but each World Cup gave me new experience. How it's important, the team spirit, the quality of the players, the connection between the player and the coaches, the support of the fans. And I think in Italy was everything going well, was everything perfect, better was not possible. And all the other World Cups had some problems around, not only on the field, the same around the field. A lot of discussion, a lot of problems, privately problems from the players and. And sure, 1994, my fourth World Cup in US, we had a very good team. We had the World Cup winners from 90. We had Stefan Effenberg, we had Matthias Sammer, we had Mario Basler, we had so many great, and the players from East Germany was coming too to the team. But we was not a better team. We had maybe better players, but we was not walking in the same team spirit like 4 years before. And for this we lost against Bulgaria in the quarterfinal. Similar 4 years later in France, 1998. The same, it was not a team on the field. It was not a team 6 weeks together during a World Cup, because the preparation, too much private things or personality things was more important than the World Cup. Yeah? I have to play. They make politically for things for themselves behind the back with the journalists, and it was too many stories around, and we didn't have the silent, the peace to be focused and concentrate to play on the highest level. I think we had similar quality in 90, but the spirit of the team and the atmosphere around the team was not the same. And for this we was not making this brilliant results what we was doing before.
عندما نأتي إلى ألقابك كلاعب نجد أنك بحصيلة ما يقدر عليها أي لاعب غيرك، مثل ما قال رومانيجي. لكن المؤسف أنك لم تفز طوال مسيرتك كلاعب بدوري أبطال أوروبا. خسرت النهائي الأول أمام بورتو 87، وخسرت نهائي ثاني أمام مانشستر يونايتد عام 99، وبعد بطريقة دراماتيكية، أليس كذلك؟
Right. With the same result, with the same row of the goals. Both games we was 1-0 ahead against Porto, against Man United. And you see, you don't have to win everything. You can't win everything. Sure, I like to win the minimum one of the Champions League title. I was 2 times in the final. I was 2 times ahead with the goals. And in the second half, we lost the finals because what I told you many times today in this interview, we lost the concentration in the last 4 or 5 minutes against Man United. We dominated the game 89 minutes. Really dominate. we can score the second, we can score a third, fourth, fifth, sixth goal. We had so many chances to close the game to our side. But we didn't do it. Maybe the concentration to score the second goal we was missing. And then in the last 5 minutes we was losing the concentration to make a better defense. They have 2 corner kicks in the last 3 minutes. It was overtime 2 times. And in this moment we was not focused like maybe the player from Man United. They didn't have nothing to lose. They can only win. There was focus. There was looking for her last chance, and they was using the last chance. And we was not making a good defense, and then they scored 2 goals. And then you have to congratulate them. And I think till today they don't know how they won the game. They don't know it because this domination, what we had, 89 minutes, with a lot of chances to score the second goal, maybe the winning goal. Till today, it's for me a story where I can't find an answer. Only we didn't have the concentration to score the second goal, and we was not concentrated enough to make a better defense in the last 3 minutes. This is the story of this game.
عام 2000
For me.
For you. But this is the reality.
Ask David Beckham how they won the Champions League final against Bayern Munich 99. Ask him. He will say they had good 3 minutes on the end and 2 corner kicks.
عام 2000 ودعت بايرن ميونخ، ودعني أعتبر ذلك أنك اعتزلت كرة القدم. أنا لأني لا أريد أن أحتسب مرورك السريع بالدوري الأمريكي في يوم الاعتزال، قلت إني أغادر بايرن ميونخ لاعبا لكنني سأعود يوما ما مدربا، والحال أنك إلى الآن لم تدرب بايرن. لماذا؟ هل طلبت ذلك؟ ما حصلت فرصة أنك تدرب البايرن ولا التفكير تغير؟
First I didn't get the chance, didn't I ask them, but I don't know why. But maybe they was believing somebody else more than me. But I never thought I will be back like a coach. This was a question of the journalist, and then sure, when it's possible, I will do it. This is not I finished today the career of like player of Bayern Munich, and then when I come back to Germany, I will be the coach of Bayern Munich. This you cannot say. But the journalist asked me when it's possible, and ask you like to be the coach in Bayern Munich. I say, yeah, sure, Bayern Munich is a great club.
But you didn't put in your mind you're going to come as a coach.
When it's a chance, when the place open and you get the chance, why not? Because I know Bayern Munich, I know the facilities, I know the peoples, I know the DNA from Bayern Munich. I'm still Bayern Munich. Because I follow Bayern Munich every week. I know the players. I have personality contact to the peoples of Bayern Munich, and I am living in Munich. Yes, it was a move to New York, to America, to finish my career, because I really was tired to play Bundesliga every day. It's the same way to the training session, the same program, the same flights, the same hotels when you have a away game. It was everything boring for me. Too boring, yes, was not anymore motivate me. And then I say, and I had the word from Franz Beckenbauer, Lothar, we have till 2001 contract. I had till 2001 contract. They was believing because I was 1999, I was the best player in Germany. I get the trophy for the best player with 38 years. I was still in good condition, but here I was not walking anymore with this motivation like I was walking 20 years before. I cannot lie to myself and to the peoples. I have to be honest. And I was honest to them, and I say, Franz, I am really tired. You know it from your career. I am in this moment ready to do something new. And for this, I get an offer from Bora Milutinovic, the famous coach from Serbia. And he was playing with 5 different countries in 5 World Cups. And he asked me, he was a coach in New York, and he asked me, Lothar, I need somebody like you who has experience, who is a leader, because I have a young team, and maybe you are interested to play in my team in New York. And after a couple of weeks, I was calling him and I say, yes, I am ready. I have to talk with Bayern Munich to clean everything with Bayern Munich, and then I will play maybe my last season in my career in your team, Bora.
على طار التدريب كابتن، يعني من 2001 لين 2011 دربت عدة أندية ودربت منتخبي المجر وبلغاريا، لكنك لم تبرز بشكل كبير. لماذا لم تكرر نجاحك كلاعب في مجال التدريب؟
I had a good time like a coach. I won a couple of titles, championship in Serbia, championship in Austria. But sure, I was not coaching a big club in England, in Italy or in Germany. But I'm satisfied with these results too, because I decided to go to these clubs. Sometime I was going too fast, too early to the club, because the club was not stable, had a lot of problems. For example, Rapid Vienna, my first station like a coach, and sure, this is behind you all the time, because the decider will follow your career like a coach. And maybe my first decision to go to Rapid Vienna was not the right step, because the club had a lot of problems, financial problems, politically problems, sport politically problems in the club, and this was always coming behind me. Sure, I had a couple of interesting offers from Bundesliga, and the same from the Spanish league, but in this moment I was not ready. I was doing my steps. Sure, it was not like a football player, but still today mostly I will do the same steps when you ask me today. I had a great time in Hungary, I had a great time in Belgrade, I had a very good time in Salzburg. This was okay, but not all the decision was like a football player. I told you before about my steps. I was believing. I make the step from Mönchengladbach to Bayern Munich, to Inter, back to Bayern Munich. This was perfect. But you cannot do everything perfect in your life. And when I will decide where I like to be a coach, I think 2 steps was not the right. And for this, maybe I was blocking a little bit my coaching career. But in another way, I will do everything in the same way, because I make the decision. Nobody was pushing me to do it. And I make not everything perfect. But some decision was good for me too, and now I'm very happy with my life. With the last 43 years, I was always around the football, like a player, like a coach, now like a journalist, like an expert for the television. I'm very, very happy.
But you're looking temporary or forever as a coach?
Yeah, forever.
Forever.
Yes. I have so beautiful life now. You see, I am sitting here with you. When I'm a coach somewhere in Europe, I cannot sit here today. I have to work somewhere on the field, coaching my players, make the tactic for the next game, make the analyze for my meetings. I have to talk with manager, I have to talk with sponsors. Now I have a completely beautiful life. Be here with you, go back Friday to Germany, Saturday I am sitting in a football stadium, and this makes me happy.
كشفت مؤخرا لوثر أنك تملك قميص لمارادونا حصلت عليه بين شوطي نهائي كأس 86، وسلمته للجامعة الأرجنتينية لوضعه في متحف خاص بالأسطورة مارادونا. كيف تتنازل عن هالهدية الثمينة؟
This was a gift from Maradona to me, but not a gift personally, because he get my shirt. We was changing the shirt after 45 minutes in the World Cup final 86 in Mexico. And somebody, I know you can make money with a shirt, you can make money with shoes, you can make money with football, and. But sorry, I'm so happy with my life. I make my money for myself. I don't need a shirt from Maradona to make business for me. This was a favor to the Argentinian country from my side to give them something back what is theirs. And the shirt of Maradona is not for me. It's for the Argentinian football fans, and who Maradona born, who Maradona is now. And for this, I was not thinking about business, and I was thinking this is a shirt for everybody who is a football fan, and especially for Argentinian football fans.
لو سألتك لوثر وانت تتكلم عن مارادونا، منو أفضل لاعب مر في التاريخ بالنسبة لك كلوثر ماتيوس؟
I like to give you really all answers what you ask me. But this answer I cannot give you, because I didn't know the football in the 50s, in the 60s. In this time when I was a football player, Maradona was really the best. It's now Messi better than Maradona, or Maradona was better than Pelé. We have so many great players, and I think it's very difficult because of the dedicated when there was playing, the football changed. But Maradona was something special, and I told you before, he gave the football so much. He was different than the normal football in our world, what he was doing with the ball. And sure, he was the best player, but he died too early.
أنت الآن محلل في القنوات التلفزيونية، صاحب مقالات تنشر خاصة فيك في صحيفة بيلد. هل هذا هو المكان الحقيقي للوثر ماتيوس بعد اعتزال كرة القدم؟
Yes, I feel happy. This is important. You have to feel happy. Doesn't matter what people think. Many people say, hey, Lothar, what you analyze here, you have to be coach because you're the best analyzer. I say, I'm happy with my life. Yes, I make good money. I'm happy. I have time for my private life. I have time for my friends, what I didn't have like when I was a player and a coach. And this makes me happy. And sure, I see the coaches. But the coach job is 7 days per week, 24 hours. They have to work every day, and they have so much pressure for what I needed. I'm now 61 years old. I'm healthy. I have a good family. I have friends. And this is more important than the business.
That's right. وإحنا نتكلم كأس العالم قريب كابتن. هل ترشح المنتخب الألماني للفوز بكأس العالم اللي راح تنطلق بعد أسابيع؟ إن لم ترشحه، فأي منتخب برأيك سيكون المرشح للفوز بكأس العالم؟
Yes, I have in the moment what I saw the last 6-12 months. For me, the favorite is coming from South America. It's Brazil and Argentina. They have performed very well, but the World Cup is different. The favorite sometime will win, sometime like Germany 4 years ago, they're going out after 3 games. But the performance in the last 1 year was the best from Argentina and Brazil. When we speak about a European team, it was not French, it was not England, it was not Germany, it was Denmark. Denmark was very well in the last 1 year. They had good presentation. But sure, in the World Cup, the players, the teams will show a different face. France has high quality in their team. And England, Germany, Spain, Portugal, Belgium, they are the candidates around them. But I think the World Cup will have a lot of surprises, a lot. And I think maybe an Asian, maybe an African team will come very far.
عادة كأس العالم تأتي بنهاية الموسم حيث اللاعبين مجهدون. الآن تقام تقريبا وسط الموسم، اللاعبين في أوج عطاهم. هل هذا يجعلنا أمام نسخة استثنائية لوثر من الناحية الفنية؟ يعني هل سوف نشاهد مستوى كبير للاعبين، مستوى فني عالي بالنسبة لبطولة كأس العالم هالمرة بناء على التوقيت؟
It looks like this, but in another way, they don't have so much time before the last club game and the World Cup is only 1 week. The World Cups before, we had 4 weeks a break between the last game and the first game in the World Cup. This is now sure not the best for the coach of the national team because he don't have the players long time together. Sure, for the English team, it's a favor because the English team has not a break in the winter. Germany has 5 weeks winter break. Italy has 2 weeks winter break. But England, they're playing full year with the games between Christmas and New Year. And yes, it looks like this, but in another way, they have each week now 2 games because the game calendar, the game situation, it's now 2 games per week. And I know it from Germany. The coaches, the player are crying a little bit to have too much game in this time now. And for this, I think, looks for everybody. This can be better for the player. They are in better condition because after a long season, I think you're tired. But then you have weeks between what is not now in this moment. And I think this will be a World Cup from the quality, from the atmosphere, like the World Cups before. I don't see big favor for the players.
منو من اللاعبين الموجودين في المنتخب تشوفه ينتهج نفس اسلوب لوثر ماتيوس؟
Leadership, Thomas Müller. aggressivity from Kimmich and runs from Goretzka. This is Lothar Matthäus. Walking like Kimmich, runs like Goretzka, box to box, and score and passes and organization on the field like Thomas Müller. Now you have Lothar Matthäus.
كأحد نجوم الانتر ميلان السابقين، كيف تشوف وضعية الفريق في الدوري الإيطالي؟ هل سيمون إنزاغي هو المدرب المثالي حاليا؟ ولماذا وضع الفريق أفضل بدوري أبطال أوروبا؟
But perfect. What is perfect? They lost against Bayern Munich 2-0 the first game in the Champions League. But sure, when they win the next home game against Pilsen from Czech Republic, they will qualify for the next round. I think in this group it's a really good result because you have three big clubs with Bayern Munich, Barcelona and Inter, and who is going in the next round. I think they can be happy in the Champions League. In the Serie A, sure, they are not on the place where they like to be, but in another way, they had very good last 2 years. One time they won the Scudetto, next year was 1 point behind AC Milan, very small distance to win the second time in a row. I think they can be happy with the last 2.5 years, and Inzaghi make a good job. But perfect is something different, because perfect is you have to win all the games, you have to win the title, you have to fascinate the fans. But I think Inter can be happy with the last 2 years with Inzaghi and the year before when they won the Scudetto.
شايف الدوري الإيطالي بدأ يرجع شوي لوثر، بدأ يعود إلى الواجهة بعد تراجعه.
Yes, it's better. The last 2.5 years, they make a good job. Conte, like a coach who is now coaching Tottenham Hotspurs, and Inzaghi, they are very good for the team. And sure, they don't have this financial power like another teams, but they're working very well, and the fans are behind them. You can see it. The stadium is more sold out than the years before. The fans in Italy, the Inter Milan fans in Italy, they are more happy now with their team the years before. I think they are on a very, very good way.
بعد كل هالمسيرة الرياضية الطويلة، أحب أن أسألك شو اللي عطت لك الرياضة عموما وكرة القدم بشكل خاص لوثر؟
The football give me a lot. I was traveling around the world. I was walking in different countries, different culture, different language. I had friends all around the world, connect me with nice peoples, and make my life happy. And with the passion what I had like a child, with the love to the sport, nothing changed. And I think it's nice when you can make your hobby to your professional. And I'm very happy I am still part of this beautiful sport.
هل تغيرت كرة القدم اليوم إلى الحد اللي يجعل مودريتش يقدم أداء سحري وهو في سن 37، كريم بنزيما يفوز بالكرة الذهبية في 34، هو بالمناسبة ثاني أكبر لاعب يفوز بالجائزة عبر تاريخها بعد ريموند كوبا؟ هل ترى تتويج بنزيما مستحق لوثر؟
We have to say a lot of good young players. Sure, they don't have the experience, and the experience can make the difference, and you can see it on the team of Real Madrid. They won last year the Spanish title, they won the Champions League, and they had players in the age who you cannot say they are still young. Not only Modric and Benzema, the same Toni Kroos is a player who is in the age, but they have a good mix and a good connection with the coach, and I think everybody is profited from the team spirit in Real Madrid. Benzema won the Ballon d'Or, and I think he was the most important player in the football the last 12 months because of his goals, what he scored. Important goals. Modric, he make the style of Real Madrid. He is He's the guy who is giving the speed, the system of Real Madrid on the field, and everybody respect him. But we have the same a lot of young players. We have the same two older players in Germany. This is Manuel Neuer, like a goalkeeper. I think he's 36. Thomas Müller is 34. But Bayern Munich, without them, this is not anymore Bayern Munich. And the same is with Real Madrid. And I think it's not only Modric and Benzema, the same. The German Toni Kroos is the same important for the coach Ancelotti and for the system from Real Madrid.
أنت كفايز بالكرة الذهبية، هل الجائزة تمنح للأفضل ولا للأكثر تتويج وألقاب؟
Best. Last year was the best. 31 years ago was the best. Yes, I think this is really a title where you can say it's not a politic title. It's really a title when you are the best player. And when I followed the last year we had a discussion, Lewandowski or Messi. Lewandowski was maybe the best player in the club competition, but Messi was winning the title with Argentina in South America, and he won it like Maradona 86 alone, because he was the best player in this tournament. And maybe on the end this makes the small difference between Lewandowski and Messi. It was a big discussion in Europe, but I think really the best player who is winning the Ballon d'Or is really the best player in the world.
لوثر ماتيوس، هذا واحد من أفضل الحوارات اللي نجريها بصراحة في أبو ظبي الرياضية، وأنا سعيد جدا وفخور أن نلتقي بقامة كبيرة مثل لوثر ماتيوس، أسطورة كبيرة مثل لوثر ماتيوس، لاعب عظيم داخل وخارج الملعب. استمتعنا معك بهذا الحوار في مان تو مان، سعيدين بوجودك معنا. شكرا على اعطائنا هذه الفرصة وهذا الوقت الطويل بصراحة من عندك. شكرا لك وشكرا على وجودك معنا في البرنامج.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.